So I was making a video, like a reel, like a how-to, I was trying to teach the way to do where everybody's like, where does the highlight go and where does the contour go? And so I was trying to do like a funny, cute video on how to apply your makeup, and the sun was going down. So I'm facing my window, right? And like, it's pretty outside, but the sun, like, it was not yet down. So I was like trying to use the natural light, but I had on the overhead light. I had on my lamp in my office. And so like the lighting was not great. And so anyways, so I finished the video with less lighting than I had to start with. And so it was really bad, but then I just turned on my vanity light to come here and do a live. And I'm like, my makeup looks flawless, even though I didn't have the light. So it was just really funny. And I thought it was a great, I don't know, kind of a great testament to how easy this makeup is to do. So anyways, I just thought you guys would get a kick out of that. So I literally did my makeup like blind with no light, and I turn on the light and let there be light, the Lord said, and my makeup was like flawless. And now I'm pissed that I'm taking it off just to put it back on again. But I'll show you guys what I did, just to kind of give you an idea, because I think this video is going to be like, everybody's gonna be like, oh, because I've been talking about the goggles, and so I want to tell you about the goggles. Anyway, so hey Amanda, California. Oh, I'm going to LA next week. I'll be in LA for the Dating Detectives live podcast. I think we still have a few tickets left for the live show. So if anyone is in LA and you want to go see the Dating Detectives live show, it's next Thursday night at 9:30 p.m. at the Lyric Hyperion Theater. And so tickets are almost sold out. They're only $20. Come see us. Anyways, also Nail Junkie, who's on this live right now, she does these custom nails. Get some custom nails. They are amazing. Oh, you guys are all over the place. I like it. Thanks for taking time out of your day to come spend some time with me. I really appreciate you guys and value you so much. So anyways, let's do some makeup real quick. I want to go to Virginia. I want to go to Chicago. I want to go to Pittsburgh, I think was the other one. I want to do one in Tampa. I want to go to Texas. I want to go to, all the places. So yeah, be sure to let us know where you're located so we can, Los Angeles, we ended up going to LA because we have a manager at Spotify because we're growing so quickly. So Spotify gave us like a manager specific to our podcast and to help us grow or whatever. And so we were able to get Spotify Studios, which is only in LA and New York. So we get Spotify Studios for free, but in LA. So anyways, yeah, Tennessee too. Sorry, Tiff. Tiffy's my best friend. So anyways, okay, let's do some makeup. If you want to get a free color match, just comment match or give me a color match or whatever. I've never been to Kansas. But the theme for this company that I sell the makeup for, the theme for a reunion in September in Atlanta is Over the Rainbow, which is like Wizard of Oz. And so that's what makes me think of Kansas. Anyways, so let me show you guys what I did real quick. You really should. I think they're really pretty. She did a really nice job. They're not super crazy. Like, it's not Kardashian. Like, it's not super Kylie Jenner. I just really like how they're just a little bit fuller. It's nothing crazy. And then she took a little bit also of the filler that she put in my lips, and she put it right here in the something circus. I don't know what this is called. But anyway, so it fills out this area. You can kind of see it a little bit, but not so much. But anyway, so it fills it out so that there's no shadow here. So it makes my jowls look smaller a little bit. So it doesn't look like my chin is small and my jowls are big. Anyways, just little bitty things like that I fully support. So anyways, okay, this is what I did. I gotta show you. Okay, so this is my main foundation shade, right? My main highlight. This is the first color that I'll match you to when you get color matched. And you guys also, please make sure that you text me with any questions you have. I am an actual human, although I do have a texting program that I use, so I don't have to give out my personal number. But the phone number that I use is it's still a text directly to me. So please use that and take advantage of it. Text me, don't call me because I think it's I think it charges a lot of money. It's like an overseas call or something. I don't know. But definitely text me. I'm always available to text. You can hit me up on the social media, although it gets a little bit crazy on my socials, and Instagram likes to take your messages and put them in like different folders, and I'm like, that's not gonna work. It's fine. Anyways, please know that you can text me. So whenever you get a color match for makeup, you have my phone number, we can text, and it's a whole big thing. And if you have not gotten color matched yet, but you've been on the fence, do it now, because on Sunday, there's a free gift with purchase. So a free gift with $100 purchase, and it's a free golden gift. Last year, they did like a gold digger eyeshadow, and it's such a pretty color, first of all, but everybody went nuts for it. So make sure that you're saving your purchase for Sunday. Okay, so we are going to, now that I've done my main shade, right? Now check this out. This is what I made a video on just now that I think is going to be really funny. You guys got to see it. Okay, I did my main shade all over with the blush and bronzer brush and just kind of buffed it, tapped it in, right? I didn't do swirling. I'm not yanking my skin. Really melts into your skin really beautifully. Okay. I'm going to use a small brush. This is the small end of the detail brush, and I'm going to come into my brightening highlight. So when you get a color match, you get a main highlight, which is like your foundation, and a brightening highlight, which is like your concealer. I use Mango and Linen. I know they don't look like they go together, but you do whatever you want. When I color match you, your shades will probably be a little bit closer together in the range, but this is just a preference that I have, so you can do whatever you want. Okay, brightening highlight. Goggles. This is what I talk about when I talk about goggles. When you put on goggles, like you're going scuba diving. Scuba freaking Steve. Okay? Scuba Steve. I have opinions on Kate, but not tonight because I have a team meeting later. Okay. So these are my goggles. This is where I want it to be bright. So I'm going to go bright in here. So I'm going to take my brightening highlight and I'm going to come bright. So we want to be bright right here. So we're going to come in here and keep it bright, 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 bright. I don't want it to, I don't really go over here and I don't apply too much, but I do like to keep it bright right here. So I want my eyes to be really, really bright. So I like to keep that super brightness inside those goggles. I'm going to add a little bit more just so you can see it a little better, just to kind of give you an idea. Okay. I'm like in my nose. Okay. Brightening highlight, right? So kind of like here. Same thing on the other side. But in the video, I realized that I'm right-handed. And so I was like this. So we're going to try it again. Thank you, baby.
You're welcome, Mother.
Love you.
Love you.
Okay. So goggles, right? Look. It.
Here we go.
Follow me for more recipes. Okay. So the brightness goes right in here. So whenever your goggles are on, right? The brightness goes inside those goggles. You can do like a little brightening out here if you want, whatever. But mainly we want to focus on inside these goggles. Okay, so you see that? Those are my goggles. It's super bright in there. The contour is going to go outside the goggles. Okay, so the flat detail end of the detail brush in my contour. Check this out. I know it looks like bonkers, crazy, cuckoo bananas, and maybe I am a little bit, but it's fine. Okay, outside the goggles is going to be contour. So contour goes out here. So I know you can't see it, but here. So this is where my goggles were. Okay, so outside the goggles is where my contour is going to go. Does this make sense, or do I just look like a freaking loony bin? It's fine if I do. It's totally fine. Same thing. Goggles, right? And then contour outside the goggles. And then you just wrap that around. So outside your goggles. So now you have to imagine you have goggles on your face. Contour goes outside the goggles. Okay? So do you see where it's bright inside my goggles and the contour is outside my goggles? Okay? The next thing is the bronzer. So when you add bronzer is going to go right where the goggles sit. So it's not on the outside. It's not on the inside. It's literally where your goggles sit. That's where bronzer goes. So when you add bronzer to your face, go with your goggles, a little bit of bronzer, and we're going to literally leave some gorgeous for the rest of them. You're sweet. Okay. Goggles are going to go right where, like, I'm going to put bronzer right where the goggles go. So literally you can draw a line around your face and this will give you an idea where bronzer goes. Literally draw goggles on my face. Do you see that? It's really, really cool. You have to try it. Like, and some people, you might have a little bit of a different face shape and you might have to, adjust this a little bit, but this should give you an idea. So when you put on your goggles, right where the bronzer is, it's bright in there, right? And then the contour goes on the outside and the bronzer is your goggles, okay? So then when you blend it, because this makeup that I use is a cream makeup, so this will melt into your skin and all of this will melt like magic and you'll be like, no freaking way. I cannot believe that. And then every mirror that you pass by and every car window, you'll be like, oh my gosh, my face looks flawless. And it's insane. So when I tell you to try this, I mean it. Try it. Tell me what you think. So if you struggle with where does this go? I don't know where to put this. And then of course, if you want like extra brightening, like I like more brightening up here. So I might add it a little bit higher, or I might add a little bit more brightening in my T-zone. But once you get the idea of kind of where everything goes, then you can kind of adjust it from there. But as long as you get the idea of bronzer, contour, where they go, then you can kind of play with it. So do you see what I mean by goggles? It's super bright in here. It's contoured out here. And then the bronzer is the actual goggles, right? So fun. And I think that and you don't even need a bunch of makeup whenever you use more colors. So if you had the choice between like more layers and more colors, always choose more colors, because the more colors you add, the less layers you need, because that dimension will make up for the fact that you're not like super full coverage. And then you just apply the rest of your makeup. So I just did my foundation, my concealer, my contour, and my bronzer. Isn't that so, like, I'm blown away. Like, I've been saying goggles forever, and I'm like, I need to come up with a way to visualize that. And so I was going to get my son's like washable markers and be like, do it here. And I was like, just do it with the makeup. It's fine. Don't judge me. Anyways, and then a little bit of blush, just whatever color. This is nude. There's also plum. There's tiger lily, grape, black cherry, pink lip, like literally all types of different blushes that you can choose. And these are all magnetic, and these palettes are customizable. So you build your palette shade by shade. $16, $16, $16, super affordable, super easy. Build as much as you want. And I don't know, it's just really fun. So make sure you get a color match, because Sunday is the free gift with purchase. And I'm so excited because last year it was so fun. We had such a great time with it. I think I did like 3 different orders last year to get 3 free stuff. But I'm such a nerd. Like I'm one of the person, I'm one of the person, hold on. I'm doing good if I get some concealer and powder on. I need all the instruction. I'm lazy. If you're a lazy girl, get this makeup. You saw how fast I just did this. I'm one of those people who if you tell me, I'm competitive. So if you're like, oh, we'll give you a free bobby pin at Victoria's Secret if you spend $125. I am looking for stuff to add to my cart. I'm a ridiculous. It's so funny. Just because, I don't know. If it's free, it's for me, right? I'm just one of those people. So the free gift with purchase is always really fun. Now I'm just adding a little bit of illuminator. This is rose gold, and I just kind of top the cheekbones and top my nose with it. You can even contour your nose if you want. So take a little bit of this contour. This is the blush and bronzer brush. This is what I used for my foundation all over. A little bit of fluffies when you put on the bronzer. Different brushes, different jobs. They're all amazing. Do whatever you want. But you can just start with one brush. Don't be intimidated because I use 1,000 million brushes. You can just use one. It's fine. Okay, so I use this brush and then I tap it into my contour. Have you done a quickie timed full face makeup? Yeah, Sylvia, I actually have one on my Instagram on the, girl math. You're losing money. I have one. It's 7 minutes, including all of my eyeshadow and mascara and everything. It's on my Instagram, and I didn't even rush through it. It was just I took my time. I didn't, I don't want anybody to think that, you have to rush and do your makeup. But if you're one of those girls that, you need it done fast, girl, I got you. Got you. So you don't have to nose contour, but I enjoy it just because I think it adds a little bit of, structure to the face. And it's just fun, but you, like I said, you don't have to. Like, I'm not your mama. Do what you want to do. Do what you want to do. See, just a little bit of whatever. And then, I don't know, just go nuts. Like, put whatever you want wherever you want it and have fun with it. And you see where I put that brightening highlight in the center of my face? Like, where I put that brightening highlight in my goggles. And now it's like all bright and fun. This makeup is so fun, you guys. Like, I get such a high. Like, I have way too much fun with it, probably. But anyways, it's such a good time. So here's what happens when you get color match. So let's say you say, "Hey, Mackenzie, I want a color match," right? And then I usually you would just like text me, or you have to practice not getting too much. It can be a little tricky, but once you get the hang of it, you're like, oh, I get it now. Like, it's not so bad. Anyway, so once you say, hey, I want a color match, then no, we are not sweet girl. No, sirree. You say, hey, I want a color match. Then I send you my color match form. On my color match form, all you do is upload your selfie. And then I look at your picture, I look at your eye color, your hair color, I look at the root, your eyebrow, all the things. And then I make my recommendations for shades. I build you a shopping list and say, hey, here's all the shades for all the things. You look at your shopping list and you say, yes, I want that. Yes, I want that. No, I don't want that. No. And you just add what you want to your cart. So it kind of makes it really easy for you. So I've tried to simplify my process to kind of make it suitable for all customers, whether you're, comfortable and confident with makeup or whether you're new. And then once you get color match, then you just have my text forever and ever and ever. And then you can message me all the time. So if you are, hold on, I missed a comment. I want to make sure I have major lines around my eyes. I'm scared it'll settle. Oh, so when you have makeup or when you have lines and texture around your eyes or anywhere on your face, all you have to do is use a more dense brush. So like a dense brush, or even where's my Buffy brush? A brush like the Buff brush to press your makeup in those areas. That's going to be great for anywhere there's texture. Also, in those areas, you can use a shade that's a little bit darker. It doesn't have to be super light. So anything where you are, but this makeup in particular doesn't settle and crease and cake and all of that. You simply just don't need that much makeup. So it works out and it looks really beautiful. We have customers that are, in their, I almost said in their hundreds. There's a customer who's almost 100 and she wears this makeup and it doesn't I have so many customers that are in their 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s that wear this makeup and it's fine. I think that a lot of times we want to keep adding those layers, and those layers is what adds the texture and the lines and the creasing and the caking. You do not need layers with this. You simply don't. You do not need layers. And then if you are someone who likes to set your makeup, you can just take a color correction for dark spots. Yes, I can do color correctors too. If you want to get matched for color correction, like if you want a color match and then you also want like demi color correctors, I can totally help with that too. Setting powder, I keep inside my goggles, right? So setting powder stays inside my goggles. I do not put setting powder outside my goggles because I want that blurred kind of finish inside my goggles. I want it brighter. And so if you can envision goggles on your face, right? And you keep the brightness right here, okay? And then everything else that's dark goes on the outside. So super bright here, contour out here, and then your bronzer is basically the goggles kind of. If that helps at all. I hope that, is that stupid? That's not stupid, right? Because I feel like I need like a visual, and I feel like that's a really, really good visual. I'm also using my phone, so I need to look in the mirror real quick. Is it hypoallergenic? We're not allowed to say it's hypoallergenic because that term is not regulated by the FDA. Or, I'm sorry, Saint is not comfortable using words like hypoallergenic because that word is not regulated by the FDA. I'm a rebel. Anyways, this makeup is really, really beautiful. Please, if you haven't gotten a color match yet, get it now so that I can get you color matched and help you build your cart before Sunday. And if you already have your makeup and you want to add some goodies, bring it on Sunday. It's going to be amazing. And there's lists, like you can do, actually, I need to post that. You can set up lists on your account. So when you sign into your Saint account, you can create a list and say like, oh, St. Patty's Day, whatever. And then on Sunday, you can go to your list and add it all to cart and check out. So you can totally like save it. I think I have trouble saving my cart sometimes, so I just use the lists, but you can do whatever you want. Let's see. Did I miss any comments? I use Demi, but it doesn't blend easily. Demi shouldn't be blending. Demi should be pinpoint. Like, there should never be enough Demi to where we're blending it. Demi should be used with, like, typically, what just fell? What the heck? Oh, my gloss. Typically, Demi should be used this much and just like that. It should never be enough to where you have to blend it. Yay! I'm glad you like the Googles. The gods. Oh, Friday, can I still do Sunday? No, you totally can, Marie. I'm also, if you're not on my list yet, get on my email list, and I'm going to make sure that whenever Saint is available in UK and Australia, which is sometime this year, you'll get an email. So make sure that you fill that out. So I need to get that over to you if you don't already have it. Yeah, so it's going to be, yeah, so when you use the Demi, for instance, I'll pop some on real quick just to show you. So when you use Demi, right? So Demi is color correctors, not concealer. Demi solves for discoloration, right? So only discoloration. So if you have a spot the size of a freckle, then that is the only spot we are solving for, right? So thank you so much, Kathy. You're so nice. I appreciate that so much. Okay, so I put on, my makeup does a pretty good job covering, but let's just find, okay, there's a little spot right there, right? It's like a little freckle. So freckles, when you look at them and they're like kind of tan, it's actually green. So this is green, so I'm going to use a little bit of red, okay? This is how much Demi we're using. Boop, 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 like two bristles, okay? And then you just come in, I could use my mirror, and you just like literally solve only for that discoloration, not the skin around it, only that discoloration. And look, it's gone. That's how you use Demi. Demi should never be blended. It should never be like it. Typically, I mean, there are situations where you could probably do that. If you have dark under eyes, usually that's blue, so you would want the orange. Pinpoint on the Demi, and then little bit just like pinpoint in the darkest areas. So you can see, I don't have a lot of blue to kind of really show you, but when you do little bitty pinpoints, that's how you should be applying it. And then when you use the fluffy side of your spot brush, you just tap it like this, just enough to melt it into your skin. So what's going to happen is these colors are opposite the color on your face, so it just solves for that discoloration. If you have a pimple and you're like, oh, that's red, it's usually violet, so you would use the yellow, and I can help you determine like what color you need. You would find your pimple and you would just boop, 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 right on it, and then let it melt into your skin. If the color that you're using is not canceling the discoloration or it looks chalky, then we just need to find a different shade. So usually we'll see a color on our face. Like sometimes we see discoloration. We're like, oh, that's really blue. But sometimes it's purple. Then we need, instead of using orange, we might want to use yellow. That's something that I can help you with based on your face. Yeah, opposite on the color wheel, but here's the trick. So they're like, oh, Demi's easy. Just use the opposite color on the color wheel. But like, if like a freckle, what I would have never known that a freckle is green. Like I would have never known that. And like when you see a pimple, you're like, that's red. So you put green on it. Wrong. It's usually violet and you need yellow. Same thing with like rosacea, for instance. If you have rosacea, that's usually violet. But we were always taught, and I'm Irish, so I have very, very pink tones. And I was always taught, oh, you just use green to cancel out red. Okay, because that's what I saw. I was like, oh, that's red. But what I didn't realize was that it's not red. And I always wondered why the green, if the green was supposed to cancel red, why it always looked chalky. It's because it's not red, it's violet, and I needed yellow. All this time, all this time. So that's the kind of stuff that I would love to help you with. Like, I kind of hate talking about dimming because I think it scares everybody, but all you need to know is what colors you need for your face. So if you're like, this spot right here, what color do I use? How do I do it? I say, use this brush, get this color, dabby dab, tappy tap, blendy blend, done. So all you need to know is what works for you. And I can help with that. So anyways, thank you guys for joining me tonight. I can't wait to post my goggles video. I hope you guys like it. I hope it's really helpful. Either that or I'm just going to look like a complete like idiot, but it's fine. Whatever. It is. It's all for funsies. Anyways, thank you guys so much. I love you. I hope you have a good night. And I think there's more, but I guess that's it. Yeah. Okay. Good night. Love you guys. Bye.